There is a box on the top shelf of my closet, a plain cardboard box, a little soft at the corners, with no label on it at all. I do not need a label. I know exactly what is inside. Photographs, hundreds of them, loose, unsorted, some of them slightly bent. A whole life folded into a box the size of a shoe. So that is what we are going to do today. You and me. We are going to sit on the floor with this box of old photographs, and we are going to look through them slowly, one at a time, no rushing. And along the way, we will learn the English words that belong to memory, to time, to the strange, soft feeling of holding the past in your hands. The first word is faded. F-A-D-E-D. Faded. Faded means a color or image has become weaker over time, less bright, less clear. The sun, the years, the simple passing of time can make a photograph fade. The reds become soft pinks, the blacks become grays, and the people in the photograph start to look like they are standing in fog, even though when the photograph was taken, the day was probably bright and clear. You can say, the photograph had faded with age, or her memory of that day had faded. Fading is not only something that happens to paper, it happens to memories too. The sharp details go first, what someone said, what they were wearing, and what remains eventually is just the feeling, soft, faded, but still there. The first photograph I pick up is faded almost completely. I can barely make out two figures standing in front of a house. I do not recognize the house. I'm not sure I recognize the figures, but something about the shape of one of them makes my chest go tight for just a second. The second word is nostalgic. N-O-S-T-A-L-G-I-C. Nostalgic. Nostalgic describes a feeling of longing for the past, a bittersweet warmth when you think of an earlier time in your life. Nostalgia is not simple sadness. It is not simple happiness either. It's something in between, a missing of something, but a grateful missing. You feel nostalgic for a place you used to live, for a song that played one particular summer, for the way a certain kitchen smelled when someone you loved was still cooking in it. You can say, looking at old photos makes me nostalgic, or there was a nostalgic feeling in the room, or I felt a wave of nostalgia. Nostalgia is one of the most particular feelings a human being can have because it holds two opposite things at once, joy and loss, side by side in the very same breath. I find a photograph of a birthday cake, too many candles to count clearly. The picture is a little blurry, but I remember that cake. I remember it was chocolate. I remember someone laughing so hard they almost knocked it off the table. I do not remember whose birthday it was. Strange what memory keeps and what it lets go of. The third word is candid. C-A-N-D-I-D. Candid. A candid photograph is one taken naturally, not posed, not arranged. The person didn't know the camera was there, or they forgot about it for just a second, and so what the camera caught is real, unguarded. A candid photograph often means more than a posed one, because in a posed photograph, people perform, they arrange their smile, they stand a certain way. But in a candid one, you catch a person simply being themselves. You can say, it was a candid shot, not a posed one, or I prefer candid photographs to formal ones. Candid also describes honesty in speaking. She gave a candid answer, meaning honest and direct without performance. The two meanings are connected. Candid is always about truth, whether captured by a camera or spoken aloud. Most of my favorite photographs in this box are candid. Someone caught mid-laugh, eyes half closed. Someone reaching for something just out of frame. Someone turning their head a second too late, just missing the moment the camera clicked. These small, imperfect moments, they feel more true than any photograph where everyone stood still and smiled on command. The fourth word is cherished. C-H-E-R-I-S-H-E-D. Cherished. Cherished means held dear, valued deeply, protected with care because it matters so much. A cherished photograph is not just any photograph. It is one that, if the house were on fire, you would run back inside for. Some photographs in this box are cherished more than others, not because the people in them mattered more, but because the moment itself was somehow rarer, harder to repeat, impossible to get back. You can say, it is one of my most cherished memories, or these photographs are cherished by the whole family. Cherished, the word for the things you protect without even being asked to. I find one near the bottom of the box that I cherish more than the others. A small photograph, slightly torn at one corner. Two people sitting on a porch step, sharing one cup, passing it back and forth. Neither of them looking at the camera, both of them looking at something just out of frame. I do not know what they were looking at, but whatever it was making them both smile. Every conversation you understand, every sentence that suddenly makes sense, every small moment where English clicks into place inside you is its own kind of photograph. You will not remember most of them clearly. The details will fade, the way photographs fade, but something will remain. A feeling, a sense that you are becoming someone who understands a little more of the world than you did before. One day, you will look back on this period of learning the way I am looking through this box right now, with nostalgia, with a soft, grateful kind of warmth. You will remember, perhaps faintly, the feeling of sitting somewhere quiet, listening to a voice like this one, letting new words settle into you. And you will be glad, even if you can't remember every word, you will be glad you did this. The fifth word is sentimental's quieter cousin, sentimental, S-E-N-T-I-M-E-N-T-A-L, sentimental. Sentimental describes something that brings strong feelings, often connected to memory and tenderness. A sentimental object is not valuable because of its price. A photograph is usually not worth any money at all, but it can be worth everything in sentimental terms. Sentimental value is the value of feeling, of memory, of the heart rather than the wallet. You can say, this necklace has no monetary value but huge sentimental value. Or, I kept the ticket stub for sentimental reasons. Or, he is a very sentimental person. He cries at old songs. Being sentimental is sometimes seen as a soft thing, a small weakness, but I think it's closer to a strength. It means you notice what matters. It means you don't let things pass without feeling their weight. The sixth word is reminisce. R-E-M-I-N-I-S-C-E-S-C. Reminisce. To reminisce means to talk or think about happy memories from the past. to revisit them gently with warmth, not to analyze them, not to fix anything about them, just to enjoy remembering. Families reminisce at holiday dinners. Old friends reminisce when they meet again after years apart. And sometimes you reminisce alone, sitting on a floor with a box of old photographs. You can say, "We spent the evening reminiscing about our childhood," or "She loves to reminisce about her years at university." Reminisce is a gentle, generous word. It has no sharp edges. It simply invites you back, for a little while, to somewhere good.
Near the very bottom of the box, under all the loose photographs, there is a small photo album. Leather cover, a little cracked now. Someone, long ago, took the time to arrange these photographs carefully, in order, with small handwritten notes beneath some of them, dates, names. One note simply says, "A good day," nothing more. The seventh word is preserve, P-R-E-S-E-R-V-E, preserve. To preserve something means to protect it so it does not change, decay, or disappear. You preserve food so it does not spoil. You preserve old buildings so they do not fall down. And you preserve photographs so the moments inside them do not disappear completely. A photograph is, in a way, an act of preservation, a small rebellion against forgetting. You can say, "We must preserve these old photographs," or "The album preserved memories that would otherwise have been lost." Preserve, one of the kindest verbs in the language, because to preserve something means to say, "This mattered. I will not let it simply vanish. I decide, sitting here on the floor, that I will scan some of these photographs, make digital copies, not because the originals are not enough, but because paper fades, and I want to preserve what I can, for as long as I can, for whoever comes after me and wonders one day who these people were." The first phrase, "I haven't seen this in years." This is what we say when something old surfaces unexpectedly, an object, a photo, a song. "I haven't seen this in years," said with surprise, with delight, a small reunion with something forgotten. The second phrase, "Those were the days," a classic English expression. Those were the days. It means that time was special, simpler perhaps, happier perhaps, worth remembering fondly. The third phrase, "Time really flies." This is what we say when we realize how much time has passed without us noticing. "I can't believe this photo is 15 years old. Time really flies." A gentle astonishment at how quickly the present becomes the past. And the fourth phrase, "It feels like yesterday." The opposite feeling somehow, arriving at the very same moment. Even though years have passed, a particular memory can feel completely fresh, as if you could reach out and touch it. It feels like yesterday. Time is strange that way. It moves forward and stands still at exactly the same time. The words from today, faded, nostalgic, candid, cherished, sentimental, reminisce, preserve. Words for memory, for the things we hold on to, even as they fade. I begin putting the photographs back into the box, not in any particular order, the same gentle disorder I found them in. I keep a few out though, the chocolate cake, the porch step, the note that says, "A good day." I will put these somewhere I can see them more often, not hidden away on a top shelf, but somewhere close, somewhere ordinary, where I'll glance at them by accident now and then and remember. Thank you for sitting on this floor with me today, for looking through old, faded things, for letting nostalgia be the lesson just for an hour. Some of the most important learning happens like this, quietly, surrounded by memory, with no pressure at all. Until next time, take care of yourself. And somewhere, if you have a box like this one, a drawer, a folder, an old phone full of forgotten pictures, maybe open it sometime soon. Not to be sad, just to remember. Just to say hello, gently, to the person you used to be. Goodbye, for now, with a box full of light, kept safe for later.